So I'm out vlogging again. If that doesn't make any sense, then I didn't upload the first one. But anyway, this is going to be the first, if not, this is the second vlog on the channel. So, yeah, we're here. We're going to pick up the Drop Attack Stadium, and then we're going to go review it later. All right, see ya. There's people in the aisle next to me. I won't film that, but I'll grab it, and then we'll get there. Okay, so that's the store. Yeah. Got it. I'm gonna hate myself in a second. It's back there. Did not pick the right outfit choice though, so I saved my slippers, but my feet are soaked because I walked through the rainy ass Walmart, parking lot barefoot. Luckily I'm going to spend the night somewhere, so I literally have a change of clothes. So, I'm just gonna put on the shorts that I had so that my ankles aren't sopping wet, and then I'll see you back at the house. Okay, I have successfully changed, and after that fucking mess, I don't know why my flash keeps turning on. I turned it off. We can go home. Yay. And hopefully it's not raining as bad when I get there. Yes, I'm fully clothed. Don't worry about that. In case what I was saying made zero sense at all, well, let me adjust this real quick so you guys can actually see me. I had an eventful time getting back home. I'm safe. I thought I was gonna die, and I thought I was gonna crash a few times. I'm not a bad driver. The windshield was fogged up, and I absolutely couldn't see shit. Anyway, that panic side of the way, thing that made me go through this mess. Got the Drop Attack Stadium on a whim. Honestly, I wish I had just gone with my better judgment and picked this up tomorrow, but it's fine. I have it now, so that was very worth it. All the same, we're doing this. I don't know if these bays are going to be featured in a very big video that's either coming out before or after this video. Because it took me like 3 weeks to put everything together and write the script. And it would be a pain in the ass to just add 2 more things to that. Yeah, speaking of which, I hope you guys enjoy that when that comes out. We'll see if these get an inclusion. Regardless, so in case you didn't know, this is the UX. This is the essentially Hasbro's UX battle set. So, of course, because it's Hasbro, they have a gimmick stadium, and essentially this one is that it has X-rails that are on a slant, so they'll climb up and essentially and then drop back down into the center of the stadium instead of just getting slung back. Hopefully it'll come through when I test this to show you guys, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I have the other stadium actually right behind the camera, as well as literally everything else. So, because I intend on filming some stuff today other than this. Anyway, there's this. So in this, you have the Drop Attack Stadium, obviously, going back to what I was actually trying to do. And then you also get Hover Wyvern 385. Oh, so I was wrong in the video. That's fine, I'm gonna leave it. And you get Needle. You're gonna soon learn that I don't like Needle that much. It's a defense bay, although I've also heard a lot. Hover Wyvern is extraordinarily good for attack, and of course, this is also the pack for Hasbro's release, at least, that has Impact Drake, 960, and Low Rush. The highlights being Impact Drake and Low Rush. I previously would have loved to get a 960, but, I mean, I like them, but I have, like, 3 or 4 now. Anyway, Low Rush is the real competitor for me because I keep hearing about how great it is, and I personally have not gotten the chance to try it, so let's get into this. We're gonna open it up and do the normal unboxing shit. I don't know how to make this interesting, but I'm gonna try.
I'm back again.
God, for you that was a few seconds, but to me that was almost an hour. Basic KO pocket, basic KO pocket, again, KO pocket, and then this, I do believe, is a bit of a lower wall for the extreme finish because it's a little harder to do that in the stadium in the first place. All right, open it. Let's try to do this all one at a time for a dramatic reveal, as if that matters at all. Oh my god! Guys! They give you free launchers! That's awesome! I'm never gonna use those. Okay, so these are the clips. I actually kind of thought they were gonna be like red. They're just purple. Doesn't really matter. I actually like purple. I love purple. Purple. God damn. These are a lot harder to get in there than I remember. Are there different sizes? No. Holy crap. Jesus. Okay, there we go. Guys, I can't think. I was gonna say I can't think straight. Oh, I feel like that's a given because I'm not straight. And I actually can do the comparison because I have my AirPods on me. Somebody made a comparison between Hasbro's Proto launcher and AirPods, literally calling it the AirPod launcher. And these are the Pros, these are smaller. And I was shocked to find out that not only were they right, but the Proto launcher is smaller than an AirPods case. Like, I know I have big hands, but, like, that's really small, man. Hence, I never use them, ever. I save them only for gits and shiggles at this point. Hover Wyvern, whoa. So, yeah, this is what I was talking about. A lot of people say this is really good for attack, and you can definitely see why, because it is a really good upper attack, and would you call this a smash attack? Just because it's literally shaped like an oval. Completely. Anyway, this is your ratchet. This is 385, right? 385. I think it's 385. I might be tripping. No, it's 385. So this is 385, green. The other one you can get from Hasbro is the one that comes with Wriggle Kraken, which is a pink 385, I think. And of course, standard needle. It's needle. I kind of like, I don't like the solid green that's like at the bottom of it, but overall I like the green of it. Usually with me it can be kind of subjective, although I guess color is literally subjective to everyone. I'm gonna leave that because it does not need to be in via camera. The reason why literally everyone would buy this set is for this bay in specific. Even if you don't actually want like the Drop Attack Stadium itself, this is why you buy this set. In the US and in other regions where TT does not sell their bays natively, you can only get the Impact Drake through this set. There's not even a recolor or anything, because I don't even think we have recolors of UX bays in Hasbro's releases yet. Anyway, I'm sure you guys have all heard of this before. It's a this right spinning. Who am I kidding? Yeah. It's right spinning. It's really confusing because it's kind of a brother to Cobalt Dragoon, but it's not. I've heard a lot of stuff on this that the rubber is pretty much useless, and I can definitely see why. I mean, it's not like hard plastic, but it's like it doesn't move a lot, and I'm pressing pretty hard on it. Like, it's maybe moving a little bit. So I can't imagine it's going to absorb that much of an impact. Ironically, the top here that holds the gear chip, because they're all one solid piece, now is a lot squishier than the top. I don't know if that's just because, like, this part below it is more hollow or something. Also, I want to point it out, because I don't know if anyone really shows this. If you look in the bottom, right here, there's like a little, you can kind of see through it, like right there. You can also see that there's a red bit there. So essentially, oh, you can even see it through the top a little bit, like in one of those smaller, I'm trying to get a good angle for lighting, which is going to be impossible. Physics lesson, oh my god. The reason I would say they did that I'd predict, is that even though it doesn't squish that much, because it's tapering off the kinetic energy that it absorbs from the rubber, more as it gets to the center of the bay, so it essentially doesn't take as big as an impact. No pun intended. 960. This, I think, is actually going to be probably my favorite 960. I really like black, purple, and blue, obviously, because it's pretty much all that I wear. So this one's just a black and blue one. It's kind of transparent, but it's got a very, like, high opacity still. You get this set for this driver, Low Rush. Again, everyone says this is an elite part, and it's great, and it's special, and I have not gotten the chance to use it yet, so this is literally my first time being able to use it and getting it. So in my left hand, so on the right of the screen and my right hand, this is Low Rush, this is Rush. You can see that Low Rush is maybe like 2 millimeters shorter. That actually helps a lot, and one of the reasons why it helps a lot, like physics-wise, is because it brings the center of gravity of a Beyblade lower to the ground. That's why virtually all low drivers are much better than their regular or high counterparts, is because it lowers that center of gravity, which makes it very hard for a Beyblade to come off balance, which I'm sure, as you can guess, is very important for Beyblades that are attack types so that they don't get unbalanced as easily. So, Low Rush, literally being the low version of one of the best attack drivers already, is a really solid thing. I don't personally use Low Rush a lot, or Rush a lot, but I tend to use Flat. This is Low Flat, which is essentially a slightly wider version of Rush. Here, I'll just take Low Rush back off. So they're actually around the same height, but as you can see here, you can kind of see at that angle that Rush is rather thin, but if you go to Flat, Flat's a little thicker. And and another thing that would give performance things is that because it's wider, it obviously has a wider surface area, which means it makes more contact, and more contact, especially with a flat bit, means more aggressiveness. So ideally, most people like Rush because it gives a really good balance of both aggression and stamina, while I like something like Low Flat instead, because I, in particular, especially when I'm using attack oriented bays, tend to rip really hard. So it kind of doesn't matter if I have a lot of stamina, because I'm either one-hit KOing myself, or I rip so hard that stamina doesn't really matter, because most of the time it just outspins anything anyway. Obviously, you don't want to like rip really hard if you're using like Cobalt Dragoon, because ideally you want that to equalize spin, in which case you want it to be a little weaker. And to be fair, I actually did learn about this recently. I think it was from either Left Burst or the Beyblade Geeks. And they mentioned that right spinning I think it even might have been like on a Beyblade Burst video, but when they mentioned that right spinning bays can also equalize depending on like their shape and the opponent and stuff. Anyway, now that I have it, I guess I should show it to you instead of quit my rants. This is Cobalt. This is Impact Drake. Very cool. Anyway, I'm going to obviously battle these two. We're probably going to do first to 5, because that's standard rules, I'll get everything set up properly, and we'll get to filming. Using winder launchers today because I just prefer the better launchers. Fun fact, one of these is TT and the other one is Hasbro. If you know your companies, you know this is TT and this is Hasbro. They are literally the exact same. This one just came bundled with my Hammer Incendio, and this one came on its own from Hasbro. I use this one obviously just because I like the coloration with the red better. At least when I'm dual, because otherwise, when I'm just battling normally, I will use the Victory Grip launcher. But if I'm testing, I use these instead just because I have more of these, so it's easier to test and make things fair. Also, I'm going to be launching Hover Wyvern first because Hover Wyvern is a defense type, meaning it's probably going to be more stationary throughout the entire match. All right, so 3, 2, 1, go shoot. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Oh, I honestly wasn't expecting it to work that much. It kind of got up on the rail, but also not really. Also, this is probably pretty loud. I'm not even sure if you can hear me. That was interesting. I actually was not expecting that. I was expecting that to play out in Drake's favor. All right, 3, 2, 1, go shoot. And 3, 2, 1, go shoot. That was a self-KO. That was impressive. Fly off there for a second and actually go into the pocket. Okay, I'm not sure why it randomly decided to do flower patterns. That was fascinating. I think it got possessed for a second. Go shoot and go shoot. Okay, that was lame. Just because I want Drake to at least get 1 point, right? I feel like it deserves it, unless... Oh my god, hold on. I'm still determined to make sure that that Drake actually gets like at least 1 point. I mean, that wasn't exactly what I wanted, but you know, that's cool. Anyway, now that that's over with, I'm just gonna do a quick spin test, and we can see how they each individually just like work. Feel like Hover Wyvern's probably gonna be, I mean, pretty standard defense-wise. It's on Needle. Needle is kind of like I said, Needle. Even Metal Needle is just Needle. It's Needle, but heavy and more destructive. No one else has had better opinions than me. Or commentary. Spin test, or at least multiple. We're gonna ignore that. I want to see if I can get like a better shot of it going on the rail. I mean, I guess that was kind of okay. I'm not even. You guys, you gotta get you. Wow, I can't speak. You guys gotta like believe me. I am not ripping that hard at all. I'm actually ripping really light for what I normally do. I put all of my launchers in my normal stadium because I really didn't have anywhere else to put them right now. So this is the normal Hasbro stadium that I'm about to show, which is already known as pretty small. And I gotta say that, oh yeah, even like the base of it is bigger, but look at the size difference between the two like battle areas. It's so much different. It's so much bigger on the regular one. Definitely have to say, Drop Attack is definitely a gimmick stadium. And so far, from what we've experienced, the gimmick doesn't even work that well, which is kind of disappointing. Okay, Be gone, fool. That feels insane saying, because it's already smaller than the normal TT one, which is usually standard for tournaments, if I believe. Hover Wyvern is in first, followed by Impact. Yep, Wyvern is already on 2 points. I'm gonna try angling Drake more, maybe that'll help. But I guess yeah, that was definitely much better already. It's still lost, but which is actually kind of impressive, because it seemed like Wyvern was scraping for a minute there. 3-0. Woohoo. Yay. Yippee. Yahoo. 1, 2. Oh. There we go. I knew it could do it if it was in a normal stadium, because I've seen Low Rush have some pretty amazing performances online. My honest opinion, if you don't care about waiting and stuff, if you're trying to just get Impact Drake, just buy the TT version. If I remember, it even is a starter pack, so it actually does come with one of these launchers. I think it's like this one, but black and blue instead of black and red. It might even come with one of the longer ripcords. Don't quote me on that, though, because I don't know exactly. But I think that's like $15, maybe a little more expensive if you import it. And I paid $42 for the Drop Attack Stadium, so, yeah. Hover Wyvern is pretty solid, and a lot of people are actually importing the Drop Attack Stadium into Japan, I heard recently, trying to get their hands on Hover Wyvern. Although I also remember hearing somewhere that Takara Tomy is also going to be releasing their own Hover Wyvern sooner or later. So, anyway. 1. And that was already very impressive. Yeah, as you can see why I literally need to hold the stadium. Yeah, it seems like whenever Impact starts scraping, it's just over. Because I think it's just getting... Because it's so low that whenever it scrapes, it starts scraping on the blade. And since it has rubber on it, that just slows it down completely. And it loses literally all stamina. Still could go either way, but it is definitely favoring Hover Wyvern. If Hover Wyvern wins this... Hover Wyvern takes gold. Man, I didn't even get to finish saying my sentence before that shit happened. Hover Wyvern wins 7-2. That was impressive.
Hey! Alright, so this was obviously my first full-scale review on the channel. Yeah, this is the Drop Attack Stadium. Get it if you want it. If you don't, okay, I don't care. Yeah, this was actually really fun to make, despite the disappointment of the Drop Attack Stadium. I already knew it wasn't going to work that well, because the teeth are actually, like, really not... pretty much, like, non-existent. So I was already kind of worried about that it was going to be like the bucket stadiums that Hasbro also makes, where the extreme rail pretty much just doesn't work. Fortunately, that was the case. I'm sure with other drivers, you could actually get it to work better. But as of right now, with at least the 2 that I used, which were ironically the ones included in this set, did not work very well with the gimmick for the stadium in the stadium set. Regardless, I think we've made my opinions known. I liked Hover Wyvern before. That's only cemented now. And Impact Drake is pretty cool. Like the idea of the gimmick. I don't think it works that well in practice. But overall, it's pretty fun to use. Definitely love the low rush bits so far from what I've seen. I could definitely see it being useful in different combos, maybe not on Impact Drake itself, but definitely on other things in general. There's obviously better ones like Pegasus Blast and stuff. Yeah, I mean, I guess that pretty much wraps it up. I don't know what else to say. Thanks for watching this long, I guess. I've been your local internet fail girl, and I hope I'll see you in the next video. Love you guys.
Selfish cause I got a lot to do. You know I'm kinda pop star, kinda white boy awesome, covered in lip gloss, kisses blueberry blossom. You heard of me? That's probably cause you gossip. Your mouth tastes just like my name, I'm so naughty.